And that's also no comments. That can be down here.
Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Colleen in the Crafty Basement with one hand. Trying something new with our internet so that it doesn't give up on us. I see I have Brian here, and who else do I have here? Say hello. Here we have Brian, says looking good. I have Betty, which is Nana. Jan is here. Oh my gosh, Jan, you did make it in. That means your house is sparkly clean. Yay. Bring them on camera. I don't think I know how to do that. So I'm happy you're here. Thank you very much. And tonight we're making a very simple card, but the thing that I would like to concentrate on is using up your designer series paper. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of designer series paper. A lot. And I keep just getting more because it's so pretty. So one thing I want to show you is I'm going to do the card second. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you what to do with these 12 by 12 pieces of designer series paper. This is old. Actually, I don't think this is old. This is maybe from last year, and this is from who knows how long ago, but it's so dang pretty. What I do is I do what Kylie Bertucci down under in not Alaska, Australia. Oh boy, here goes the brain again. She says chop it up. And that's just what I'm going to show you how I do it. Well, first of all, I've got one of these. Let's see if I can turn this camera. No. What the heck? Oh my God. I didn't mean to do that. Hello. How do I switch back? There we go. Okay. I've got one of these that I picked up cheated Tuesday morning, but I don't think they do anymore. Anyway, it's like for photo cases, and inside it's got all these individually little boxes that you can get, and in here they fit 4 by 6 because that's the size that pictures are. So I have, what I did was I took my, here, let's get you back over here. Anyway, what I did was there we go. I cut my designer series paper up into 4 by 6. And if you know anything about math, I married a math guy. I don't necessarily know about it, but I think I just get it from just being near him. That osmosis thing, you know. Anyway, what I do is I look at my designer series paper and I see that it can go either, this is what they call, not a free-flowing pattern. It kind of has a distinct up and down to it. This could or it couldn't. You can decide for yourself whether it's, in my opinion, it does. I didn't pick it up. But what you're going to do is you're going to cut your paper into 1/6. Cut it in half so that your 12 by 12 paper, pattern paper, or DSP, as it's commonly known in the Stampin' Up! World. I don't think I was talking very loud. And you're going to cut it into 2 6 by 6 pieces. And what I do just to facilitate time is I put those 2 pieces together and then I slide it in here and I put it on my 4-inch mark. Or you could do 8, but I'm the lazy crafter. So then I cut off 4 inches here. And then I slide this down and I cut it into 4 again. Here we go. So now what we have is 6 pieces of 4 by 6. Then I didn't do that right, but it doesn't matter. Then you take out one of your cases and you keep it in here like this. And that's how I store mine. Now, this is, you notice that the pattern is going up and down. Well, you can work it out so that your pattern goes side to side, so you can get, instead of having your card go like this, you want it to go like this, and here the trees are going sideways. So you say, oh, Colleen, how do I do that? Well, I'll tell you how easy that is. You cut it like this. you cut this in half this way because, as you know, 4 by 6. Yeah, there we go. This is still in half, but your pattern is going up and down. And then when you cut this, you're going to cut this again into 4-inch pieces. But let me show you. I don't have a whole lot of room here. Here we go. I'm just going to show you this. So then, when you do put this on your card, it's facing this way because I'm going to show you what to do with these pieces when you're finished or next. So that's another way. And then again, like I said, I store them in these little packets, little packages, and I had one out to show you. Here it is. And cleverly, what I also do then is I take on the back of your designer series paper, it has the colors. So I take that and I just put it in with my papers that I've cut. And then when I get to another one, like this one, it will have, here I've got little pieces with it, but it should have also the piece of the back of the specialty paper so that you have reference to the colors and whatnot. I haven't yet figured out how to keep card bases in those colors because that would take up so, I mean, I've got this whole thing. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about, I think it comes with 14 of these filled with designer series paper. And each one holds about, oh my God, over 100. That would be way too many card bases to use. So I'm not going to do that. Oh, I have Jennifer tonight. Hi, Jennifer and Connie. Who else do we have here? Oh, Jan is here and Brian, and Nana is not joining us tonight, and neither is my mother, because, you know, I'll have to tell you that The Voice is on, and I am competing with the finals for The Voice. But anyway, so that's one way of storing your 12 by 12 designer series paper. Well, here's a 6 by 6 piece of designer series paper that I'm going to show you that we're going to be using tonight, and I'm going to show you how I cut this without cutting it. So I had this. I asked you to have a 4 by 5.5 piece of cardstock of designer series paper. So what I did was I looked at the front. Anyway, I cut off 2 inches. Where's my 2-inch piece? Well, I'm going to have to use a different color because I don't have that color. But anyway, what I did was I cut off a 2-inch piece of that, of the designer series paper, and I put it off to the side. Then I'm left with a 4 by 6, and I just cut off a 1/2 inch at the bottom. And then I am left with a 4 and 5.25 piece of designer series paper. And for tonight's card, we're going to, I also said on my thing that, on my invitation to watch, is that make sure that your designer series paper that we're using tonight coordinates with each other. And see how nicely that coordinates? Well, I'll tell you something. This one, oopsie, I wouldn't have used because the back side is this color. I mean, it's probably would have been nice if I had picked the right other things with that, but I didn't. So the other thing I noticed when I cut my 2-inch piece off the side here is that, or the 2-inch off the bottom, is I really didn't like the stripes going that way. But lo and behold, I can take this piece, cut it down to 4, and then have my stripes going the way that makes me feel comfortable. This just makes me not comfortable for some reason. I have no idea. So anyway, what I decided to do was just to take the side I took off of here and then cut it off. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I hope I'm talking loud enough. Okay. So anyway, going back to that's your little tutorial on how to use and store your 12 by 12 papers, and you might use it. Thank you, Kylie. So what we have here is DSP cut it again. It's 4 by 5.25, and I asked you to hack off 2 inches off the bottom. So you're going to have that. Then you're also going to have a piece of cardstock strip that it is cut at 1 inch by 4 inches. We'll use that later. You have this inner card is just a piece of white cardstock cut at 4 and 5 1/4, and you're going to put that on the inside of your card. And then you have your card base, which most are at 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And then you've got your sentiment, and then hold on to that little piece. If you did a 6 by 6, I held on to my little piece that was left, which is about 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. So basically, here we go. We're going to put it all together. Jan, it's been stream locked without pausing. Tom here. Nope, it's been, thank you, Jan, for my technical guy upstairs, the guy I'm in love with. And then Jan, my friend, who I love also. And I love all the rest of you too. So anyway, took my card base, and I'm going to keep these. I'm going to glue this in here just to get it out of the way. So I'm going to use my trusty multi-purpose glue, and I'll put it on there. So I'm wondering if you guys all had a good Thanksgiving this weekend. I guess it was last week. Having problems with my glue, even though I degunked it. Oy vey. Did I bring tape roller with me? No, I have another glue. Hold on 1 second, guys. I am so sorry, but I left mine. I'm sorry, so sorry. So anyway, I had a great Thanksgiving. My sister-in-law came up from Florida, and my son was here from Chicago, and we had my daughter over and her fiance, and then her fiance's family, Lori and Brian. Hi out there. So what I just did is I adhered my white paper to the inside of my card, and I'm going to put it off to the side. Let's see. Did you all have a good Thanksgiving? Bummer. 3 or 4 times. Oh, I don't want to know that. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is now you have your DSP and it's cut into 2 different pieces. And you can decide if you like the top or the bottom like this, or if you want to flip it over. Ah, there's those stripes again. And do this. Well, since you know I'm just going to have a fit with the stripes going sideways, I'm going to put my card together like this. So, easy peasy. Put your adhesive. We have an ongoing saga of the video going, the live video, like stopping and then you can't hear it. And I asked the guys upstairs to beat on the floor and they don't hear me because it's not playing anymore. So last week I did my live from the dining room table upstairs. It's okay you have that gap because you're going to be using this piece of cardstock strip. But of course, then I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this strip that was cut off of the card I had cut for Nana. I think I'm going to use that just because, dang, that's cute. Well, anyway, we did it from upstairs live. So now I'm using Tom's phone with his 4G network or 5G network, whatever the heck that even means. And it's supposed to be a little bit better, and it certainly is not. And you know, guys, I'm not prepared for this. I put glue on the back of here, but I don't want to do that yet. I forgot to bring my ribbon over. Can you hold? Can you hold again? Oh my gosh. Which brings to mind a funny, funny. When my kids were little, we would watch, you know, oh, hold on, now I don't have a scissor. So anyway, we would watch videos, right? And if the kids had to use the bathroom or something, we'd say, pause the video so they can get up and go. So now Or they used to when they got to be of an age and they needed to, and saying, hold on a minute, they would say, pause the video, please, even if it wasn't the video on. What I want to do is I want to put a ribbon across the middle here. And I remember back to a best way, rather than trying to put it all around here and then try to tie a bow and getting all fumble fingered. Here's an easy way to do this. And I learned this from Trina, Jan's Downline. So you take a piece, I think it's about 11 or 10 or 11 inches of your ribbon. Now it's free from the core. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tie a bow freehand. And it's not even a bow, it's just a knot. So you see here, I just have this by my pinkies, and I'm going to tie my knot at the end here. And I practiced this twice already, so it should work. Then I took my glasses off just now. Where is that little end? Hold on a second, I put my glasses back on. So when you hit an age, you know what happens. You can't see without your cheaters. Here it is. Okay, well, even, there we go. So now I have that. I have my two ends, and I'm going to tighten the circle part around there. Now what I have here is a cute little knot with the two little frilly things here. And then what I'm going to do is, because I want my bow on this side, so I'm going to cut. You could either cut right down the middle here, or you can cut to either side depending on the shorter end should be where you want your bow to be. So what I did was I cut this, and now look, I have an automatic. Dun, 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 learn something new on the Crafty Basement. So what I would have done was put this here, and a good way to put your put this on is to, if I were using this, I can take it off, is to put some adhesive on either end, and then I would fold my end over so it's caught, and then I would bring this over here until this is caught. Ooh, and I just have another great idea. And there I would have my embellishment and put it on. But I'm not doing that. What I'm going to do instead, ooh, I think this is small enough. You guys, I'm creating here right here in the Crafty Basement live. So I'm going to take that little piece I had left over from making Nana's, my mother-in-law, and I have that, and I still have, oh, and then I'll put my little, oh, I have to make sure I like what it looks like. Are you fussy like I am, that you have to look at your designer series paper to see which way it looks better? There we go. So now I have this, and I'm going to fold this under here and catch it on the adhesive. And again, put this over like this. I'm going to cut this off because it's way too much. And I'm going to fold it under here. There we go. Now I'm going to take more of this cheap double-sided tape from Michaels. And I'm going to put it here. Oh, I am so excited, you guys. I just love that little accent piece, and what a difference. Okay, so now the sentiment that I'm going to put on. So basically here we have a bottom, and then we have a piece of DSP. Remember, you're going to chop up your DSP, and then I cut it off 1/2 inch, and then I cut it 2 inches off of there and left the top up there. Then I just, you know, this one I wasn't going to put on the inside, but this is from another card. And what you can do if you had extra also, I was going to show you, is pretend that this is, do I have any? Nope. To pretend that that little piece is here, and you can put it like along the bottom to add a little bit of interest. But I don't have it because I used it in here. So I'm going to take my sentiment, A Joyful Season. I'm going to put my glue on it, and I'm going to tape it to, I always like to do layers because the layers really add a lot. And then, as everybody knows, dimensions are my favorite. So now here it's just, I could put it on like this, but no, I'm going to use dimensionals if I can find where I have them. And I know I brought those over to the table, but it doesn't look like Colleen can find them right. Oh, I found them. Hey, here's another tip. So here I have dimensionals, all the good sides there, but I'm going to use up what I have hanging on the bottom here. I'm going to cut just little pieces off. Then I get to use the whole strip. I'm going to put these on here. Doesn't really matter where. Okay. And then I'm going to peel off my peels. Okay. And then I'm going to lift up that little thing. And then I'm. So anyway, I was asking you how you had your Thanksgiving. I hope it all was wonderful. So there is the card for today. Easy peasy, chili beanie. But I want to remind you to cut up that, I'll be Kylie, cut up your DSP. And you don't have to use this, but I just did this because of course I'm a buyer and I like containers. My husband will tell you that. And on here I've got my, this kind of DSP. You guys, this is like from years and years ago. Okay, and I think you can get 2. Of course, this is like a full load, a full package of the DSP. I'm just trying to see. Oh, and then I come down to this is like even older. This stuff here. I couldn't even tell you what colors are in there, but I absolutely love this. Oh my God. And it's really funny paper. But anyway, remember to keep your little, the name of the paper, and then it tells you what the colors are. Keep that in there with it, and then you just clip it up. And oh my gosh, I have like I said, 12. But that doesn't count all of the uncut DSP that I have. So I hope you all will, oh, my son will be proud of me. It's too late now for this weekend, the Christmas card class. But I do know that, I think I saw, here, where'd you go? Jennifer on here. I know she's coming next Saturday, but the other thing I wanted to remind you about, and please let me know by this weekend if you're coming the weekend after, it's going to be December 10th on Friday night at 6:30 or December 11th at 10 a.m. or 9:30. I think I have both times down on 3 different places. I'm really bad about that. But it's either at 10 or 9:30, whichever you, if you're an early riser, come at 9:30. If you're not, come at 10:30 or 10 o'clock. But it's only $15. You're going to make 6 cards, and it's Christmas cards. And Angie, my downline, is going to be designing some cards, and I have cards too. And I think you'll absolutely love them. So there you go. There's our card, and I hope you all have a great week. Bye-bye now.